Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, I'm going to be continuing my Disney movie marathon because I'm a top secret agent with an opinion or two. Yes, I'll be that much of an asshole, I guess you can say. Anyway, to give you some idea of what I'm talking about here, folks, is that I'm going to be responding to an article again, I guess you can say. It's one of those articles. This is Frozen is not a gay movie, but I wish it were. And okay, I kind of want to question on the legitimacy on that. If you really want it to be about that, really, is that genuine? I mean, yes, I don't believe it's a gay movie, and I mean, if so, what if it was, I guess, but the one scene the article does point out is that the spa scene where Elsa, not Elsa, but Princess Anna goes to for a moment to buy some supplies. One after her older sister, Queen Elsa, pretty much freezes up everything and whatnot. And the article says that he's being flamboyant. I don't think he was. And okay, that's obviously specific, I know, but what I mean is that in that scene, he briefly, like a few nanoseconds, it showed that it was this other dude in a spawner we were talking about, and and some kids like whatever. I just to suggest that that's his husband, and that's a family. I mean, he says, "Hey, no, hello, family," sure, but people took this as if that's his husband. I mean, okay, maybe boyfriend, but he did not state the status of that really. Like I said, it was like really, 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 really brief. And but maybe they are married. Maybe they just a non-marriage relationship kind of a thing. I don't know. Because it was like I said, it was real brief, so I have no idea. I like at all. And I don't think he was being flamboyant really. I don't think the film would go that far and make it some sort of stereotype of gay men and whatnot. Was this Mormon grandmother that the article has mentioned? I don't know if it's the same Mormon uh, grandmother that the other article I brought up in my previous video. I don't know if this is the same woman. I guess I don't know, but the article does bring up that there's this Mormon grandmother that that made this kind of a thing, whole big deal, of course, about the Disney musical Frozen film as a this homosexual propaganda corrupting the youth, of course. Uh, this, of course, is pretty stupid. Then we have the other side, of course, a lot of fans, a lot of Disney fans, or just fans of Frozen specifically, are cheering for the film that those LGBT metaphors in it. I don't think that's that either. To be honest with you, I don't think it's either way really. The film itself has to bring it up. I don't want people to be theorizing because as far as I'm concerned, it's just a theory. But the woman that the article brought up, like I said, I don't know if it's the same Mormon woman that's mentioned in the previous video. I just got to mention it, I guess. I'm not quite too sure. But anyway, she argues that the film's message of tolerance and whatnot, and using the film Let It Go as evidence. Okay, I just find this really odd that a lot of people want to, bring this up. She's gonna have a relationship or whatever. Well, why does it matter anyway? I'm tired of bringing this up. But yeah, I also have a relationship. I also have a relationship with a man, with a woman, with a man, with a woman. Oh, God, can we just move on from this? I mean, I'm getting tired of bringing it up. No, keep in mind that I'm not against soaring diversity. That's not what I'm getting at. I need to be perfectly clear here. But anyway, the article, like I was saying, the article mentioned this Mormon woman and using the song "Let It Go" as evidence of this, but of homosexual propaganda. But okay. And then, meanwhile, the article does bring up the fact that there was uh, this Tumblr user. That's said in a post that has gone quite a few notice, I guess you would say, no attention. It takes some basic premise that in the opposite direction that the Queen's Elsa's story arc. It was usually a void of love interests. Yeah, I never thought it was about love in that way. But anyway, in one way, it started to transition from being oppressed and self-loathing all the way to self-acceptance and self-celebration. Yeah, that seems about right, but apparently the same path about the LGBT and whatever else youth may walk every day. But no, I didn't pick that up at all. But she's terminated as if this Tumblr user that the article is bringing up is terminated as if it was adding as that. So being really progressive. I stated that, and the videos stated someone stated that they praised Frozen to be one of the most progressive films ever of all time that Disney had produced. And again, I don't think that's the direction they were aiming for. Trying to say that it is about the LGBT community. I mean, again, if it was, so what? But I don't think that was what they were aiming for. It's like both sides are projecting to some extent. I guess you can say. I don't think that was going on at all whatsoever. But yeah, I guess they'll keep saying, folks. This just keeps I keep repeating myself. I mean, it's not that I want to dismiss their interpretation as LGBT plus friendly themed movie. I'm not against that, but at the same time, I don't think that was what they were aiming for at all whatsoever. So yeah, just I don't know. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I don't see it. I mean, I've seen the first Frozen films multiple times. Like I said before, I brought this up before. I wish I really, really, really. If there's anything I regret not doing is that I didn't watch the first film on the movie theater like at all. And that's only because I thought it was gonna be bad. Because doing for a good while, Disney was making nothing but slock. And just nothing but garbage. So I guess jokes on me because I really liked it. I guess, but for a good while, yeah, they were making nothing but trash, and this was right before they teamed up with Pixar, and they made a last ditch attempt for themselves. They're actually their first animated 3D adventure that they made was Chicken Little, and they were cocky about it because they felt that they can put their name the Disney brand on literally anything, and they were people just flocked to see it. And guess what? It didn't work because a lot of people didn't like it. They didn't like the story. They didn't like the how it was constructed. And yes, Chicken Little was and still is to this very day a very bad movie. It's easily Disney's one of Disney's worst animated films. So yeah, I guess this was like a kick in the head that they needed some extra help. And from this point forward, they got some assistance from Pixar and whatnot, and they started making other movies like Frozen, for example. I guess Frozen helped them to get back on their feet. At least one of the films, anyway, to help them get back on their feet. And I completely ignored it because I thought it was gonna be just another bad movie. No, I actually liked it. And I thought it was actually really well done. So yeah, I'm trying to also word in a way that I won't come off repetitive as well because this is an issue that was brought up multiple times to my channel on multiple occasions and whatnot. And yeah, it's getting pretty annoying. And some say it's anti-Christian because LGBT community, and some say it's pro-LGBT community and equality and all that. I mean, yes, okay. When it comes to equal rights for all and whatever and all that jazz, I mean, yes, okay. We still have a long way to go, sure. People get still mistreated from being from a different country. People still blame the coronavirus on Chinese people and whatnot. So yes, equal rights and whatnot, fair uh, trial and all that stuff. Equal rights for everybody and whatnot. Still got a long way to go. I mean, yes, it's gone better. I'll give it that. It's gone much better compared to like way back when and whatnot. However, it's just that a lot of people could be projecting their own interpretations of films and whatnot. I don't look at what it is, and and look in the way that they believe to be the correct interpretation of said movie. This can go for any movie, of course. Obviously, it can go for any movie, not just Frozen, obviously. But I'm not saying that this kind of thing happened to Frozen only because it happened to other movies as well. Which even I brought that up before some other movies quite a few times before. But when it comes to the Disney movies, Frozen seems to be the one that comes up the most when it comes to this kind of a thing, which I think is kind of odd. It seems like people like to pick on this film. Yes, even Disney fans like to pick up on this film. There's some Disney fans like to claim that Frozen film, the first one anyway, don't bring up the whole fact that they're all white characters, they're all Caucasian, and AKA to make it seem it's racist. You're racist if you like the first Frozen film, which of course is moronic because just because they have light-skinned characters doesn't mean they're Caucasian. And second of all, even if they were Caucasian, so what? It doesn't mean it's racist. I think it's racist to assume to think that all light-skinned people are somehow genetically born to hate, which in itself is racist in itself when you think about it. But yeah, of course, there's a clear direction in which they want to do the film. Of course, it's a pretty obvious intention that they want to go on, and but still gets misinterpreted in a bunch of different ways, regardless, which I find kind of odd, if you ask me. And some people would say that the first Frozen film is one of the most uh, feminist films of all time, and they mean that in a positive light. I mean, okay, that's what you think. All right. I mean, yes, I don't mind female leads, of course, but kind of a feminist movie, I don't know about that. Maybe I don't know. While other people, lots of religious people, where other religious people would say that it's um it's anti-Christian because it has two women as the main characters. Yeah, well, I mean, okay, technically, Anna is the main character. I guess you want to get down to it. Anna is really the main character of all this. But yeah, some people, some Christians, some religious folks say it's anti-God, it's anti-Jesus, it's anti-Christian family because Anna's the main character and wants to help her sister, and she's not really letting a man dominate her role. Really, some people think it's anti-Christian as that, and then uh, other people think that the movie is anti-male because of that. A lot of people seem to think this came from Fox News, by the way, which I spoke. All of these things I spoke about before, but yeah, Fox News did a thing where uh, they thought the first Frozen film was anti-guy, it was anti-male, trying to make men look like a bunch of criminals, make them like uh, a bunch of dumbasses, and a bunch of weaklings, which was not the case, obviously. And then we have other people saying it is pro-Christian because apparently the first Frozen film was inspired by stories of the Bible, which it was not. It certainly wasn't. But anyway, as always, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time, see you.